Greetings and welcome to another episode of Sonic Odyssey, the music video channel dedicated to bringing you the last 5 decades or so of music in review and discussion format. Before we dive into today's topic, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to the video channel so you can stay up to date with all things Sonic Odyssey. And also, if you wouldn't mind, take a little trip over to my Patreon page. There's a link in the show description right below the video. You can click on that and see the tiers that are available. Your patronage would be greatly appreciated, and I thank you very much in advance. So with the housekeeping out of the way, let's get to today's topic. Today we're going to be looking at the musician Stephen Brunner, who is more popularly known as under the stage name Thundercat, and is a musician from California. He's been playing music since a young age, started at around 15 years old, and he's primarily a bassist, but he is a multi-instrumentalist and also a producer. And we'll be looking at his 4th solo album, which is entitled It Is What It Is, which was released in 2020 and won the Grammy Award for the Best Rhythm and Blues Album in 2021. Thundercat plays a style of music that is classified as rhythm and blues, soul, funk, electronica, fusion. It's all over the place, and he also has a tremendous sense of humor. In a lot of ways, listening to the album It Is What It Is, I find myself thinking of Frank Zappa by comparison as a musical composer and performer, stylist. Granted, their recording output is highly different from each other, but there is some similarity in the way that Thundercat implements the musical arrangements that he writes and the humor that he interjects with his music. It Is What It is Thundercat's 4th studio album, and it comes on the heels of his previous album, Drunk, which was fairly well received. He's got a lot of connections in the music industry, in the music community, and the album is littered with too many people to mention. I apologize for that, but there's too many contributing artists on the album. It is what it is for me to go through a list of all of them. But suffice to say, they all do an outstanding job, and the overall presentation obviously was great enough that it did win the Grammy Award. So before we go any further, why don't we get a taste for what It Is What It is all about. We're going to listen to a little bit of the song Dragon Ball Do-Rag. So let's do that right now.
I feel kind of fly standing next to you, baby girl. How do I look in my do-rag? Would you tell me the truth? Stay with me and love me through the night. I'ma keep on all my chains when I'm making love to you. Hold me close and let me squeeze you tight through the night. But baby girl, how do I look in my do-rag? Would you tell me the truth? Do you like my do-it? Watch me go zoom, zoom. Baby girl, how do I look in my do-rag? Would you lie to trees? Stay with me and love me through the night, endlessly. I just wanna know how you feel. Tell me, am I doing it right?
As you heard in that snippet, Dragon Ball Do-Rag does a great job of showcasing the humor that he has in the presentation of his songs, lyrics, and performance, as well as touching on a couple of things that he loves, such as Japanese anime. So we have these passions of his coming through the music. The overall tenor of the album, It Is What It is one of hope and reaffirmation of life. Prior to going in the recording of the album, unfortunately, a dear friend to Thundercat had passed away, and this had a rather strong impact on the lyric quality and the emotional quality of the album. The tragic passing of his longtime friend and collaborator Mac Miller had its impact on the album, and that is touched upon in the title track, It Is What It Is, and this track actually includes a vocal sample from Mac Miller. The songs on the album deal with life, love, happiness, humor. It is a life-affirming album. It's a look at the absurdities of what life is. That's hence the title, It Is What It Is, because sometimes just life throws you these screwy curveballs and you don't know what's coming, but you have to deal with what you get. And that's sort of the overall tone and tenor of the album. Musically and sonically, the album is all over the place. There's rhythm and blues, there's funk, there's jazz fusion. It's got so many different tempos and textures, and it's all put into a really surprisingly short 38 minutes. And we're going to get into a little bit more of the music right now with the opening bit from the track, Unrequited Love. Unrequited Love begins with a nice little bass solo and then comes into a very rhythm and blues, soul sounding song. And it's very smooth. It's almost smooth jazz at points. It's a very emotional song and about the feeling of the one that got away, having that feeling of unrequited love. There are outstanding tracks on the album. A number of them are, as I said, rather brief in their stay, but they go through different sonic textures and different stylings. For instance, there's this much more jazzier, funky sounding Black Qualls song, which is a song that features Stephen Lacey, Steve Arrington, and Childish Gambino. And then there's the really jazzed up, fusiony House Way, which is just a minute and 15 seconds long, but it really packs quite a punch to it. And then, of course, there is another nice little touch upon this feeling of mortality in the track Existential Dread, which is less than a minute long, but still beautifully emotive and marvelously placed on the album right before the title track, which is also the closing track of the album. So that is Thundercats. It is what it is. It's a really diverse sounding album. It has a great deal to offer in the different genres that it touches upon. It does, again, touch upon funk, rhythm and blues, soul, jazz fusion, and it's got tremendous bass playing by Thundercat, and his vocals are so smooth and so wonderful in their gentle tenor. It's beautiful to listen to his vocal stylings on the album. The humor is undeniable. It is not laugh out loud kind of humor, but it is certainly something to put a smile on your face and a smile on your heart as well. So I can't recommend this album highly enough. I tell you that it is worthy of the Grammy Award that it won, and I don't often do it, but I am going to give this album a 5 out of 5. There's nothing that I can find wrong with it. There are 0 flaws, from the opening track beginning with saying hi and hello to the listener to the closing track, It Is What It Is. The album just has tremendous sonic soundscapes, and each song, again, being so brief, it never overstays its welcome, but it carries you through so many different sonic soundscapes that you are just along for a tremendously enjoyable ride. It is a great listen, and 5 out of 5 stars is the least that it deserves. So I highly recommend that you check out Thundercats. It Is What It Is from 2020. You can get it on Bandcamp, on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. You can get it probably through your local record shop. It's available on any other digital platform, I'm sure, but it's definitely worth your time and attention, and I hope you'll give it a listen. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and please consider visiting my Patreon page. And until next time, have a great day. Thank you very much. Peace. Bye-bye.